The NRL State of Origin series. The first time is going to be 3 games. We've got some wonderful guests, Rowan Sims.
Thanks, Freddie.
And of course, Corbin Baxter. How appropriate on Mother's Day. Your story is so appropriate to this day and about women playing rugby league, obviously being a mother. Firstly, how was it this morning? You've got 2 children, Bodie and Carter. How was that this morning?
Yeah, it was really special. They came in and surprised me for a little brekkie in camp, and yeah, it was really nice to see them. I haven't been, away from the little one for this amount of time for a long time. So yeah, it was really nice for them to come in before we head off next week.
Now, your story, you were born in Auckland and you moved over to the Shire. Can you tell us about, do you go back to Auckland much? Do you have, family still there?
Yeah, well, all my immediate family's here in Sydney, which is nice, but I have lots of family back home and probably don't go back enough, mainly have been back over the years for football, but yeah, I love it back home, and when I get the opportunity, I really love going back there.
Have you always played rugby league? Because it would have been challenging coming through in your early days. There wouldn't have been any rugby league specifically for girls back then?
Yeah, no, I grew up playing every other sport. I started playing rugby league a bit later in my life, when I was about 20 years old. So the last 10 years, yes, played rugby league. But yeah, it was netball, touch, tag, sort of growing up.
4 days to go. There's only 4 days to go. I was just thinking, like, the first State of Origin for the women's is on Thursday. When do you head up, and how's the preparation been?
Prep's been really good. We've had a solid 7-week program with the girls, and we've never had that previous years. So the fact that we've been able to get together as a squad and get some preparation's been awesome. And now we've got our team this camp. We've been in camp for 3 days now, a few more days in camp, and a few more things to tick off before we get onto the plane and head up to Brizzy.
Now, you actually played for New South Wales in 2015, so that's 9 years ago. What was that experience like? You'd only been playing the game. You pretty much started at the beginning of the year, played for New South Wales midway through the year, and then Australia at the end of the year. How was that whole experience?
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. I played my first year and then was pretty much in the mix for some representative footy, and the game was very different back then, and I just took that opportunity and ran with it, and it's been the best. I've absolutely loved it. Have played, this will be my 8th Origin, or Interstate Challenge / Origin, and I love the opportunities that it's given me, just getting to know the girls, and we've got a lot of the girls that I debuted with I'm still playing with now, so it's pretty special. Yeah,
speaking of the girls that you actually play alongside, it's a real mate versus mate, state versus state this year, with you obviously taking on, year 5-8 for Queensland.
Yeah, definitely. Taryn's an absolute gun. We know that she's one of the biggest threats out on the field there, and I was lucky enough to play with her last year in the NRL. Love playing alongside her, and it's that feeling that we play with a lot of these girls in all different teams. So when it gets to Origin, you sort of got to put that aside and find a little bit of mongrel and get angry at each other.
Well, we've got a couple of them here actually. Got a couple of special guests. Romy Teitzel and very own Taryn Aiken. What did you think of that, Taryn? Did you hear that about the mongrel thing? I'm not sure that was aimed towards you specifically.
I heard bits and pieces of it.
What's it like coming up against Corbin? You played with her for the Roosters. What's it going to be like?
Yeah, it's obviously going to be a little bit different this year round, considering I'm more teammates with them now in NRLW. But yeah, it's really exciting. It's really good to see Corbs back in the Blues jersey. But yeah, I hope she goes well, but not too well, obviously.
Now, Taryn, Romy, we heard your captain earlier this morning on the Today Show saying that you guys are the underdogs. Is that the general feel throughout the team, or...?
Oh, I think just over the last few years, we've had a bit of rotation through the Queensland team. I only debuted last year, but I've been a part of the squad for the last 3 years, and just to see the drive that everyone has and the passion around Queensland, I think no matter who steps up, whether we have that status or not, everyone's going out there to play for the same reason.
Looks like you've just had a session there, girls. How's preparation going?
We thought we looked good.
No, it's been really good. It's been raining up here, so a bit of wet weather footy, but it's been good. We're training really well.
What would it be like, do you think, playing at Suncorp, a State of Origin?
hopefully everything it's made out to be. Hopefully that bus drive down Caxton Street, the Queensland fans, I know they're going to turn up at Suncorp, whether it's raining or not. Leading into Magic Round, I think it's so exciting, not only for Brisbane and Queensland, but for us to have the opportunity to play at Suncorp before the Magic Round and having so many people in Brizzy. Hopefully, big crowd, passionate Queensland supporters, and to play at Suncorp for a State of Origin, I think is pretty special in itself.
Taryn, I thought I'd give you the opportunity for a square up. Have you got a message for the 5'8" of the New South Wales team, Corbin?
No message here.
Are you playing left or right, Corby?
Yeah, left or right side.
Left or right, Corby?
Left or right?
Eh?
They're asking left or right. The girls haven't got
fancy.
earpieces in.
Rowan's here. You can ask Rowan. She's the assistant coach. She might be able to tell you.
No, we're good.
How have they been training, Roo? Is it raining down there?
Yeah, it has been
weather
raining.
footy, or?
Yeah, it's been raining down here, so I was actually really hoping it was going to be dry up there so we could see you guys really open up.
Perfect.
Oh, the morning games. The
Ah,
morning
yeah.
games.
Well, this sounds
Hopefully
like
the sun's shining
State of
Thursday.
Origin. Having the girls warm to State of Origin.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, we're going to let you go, girls. Fantastic. Thanks for coming on board. And, Corbs, I'll give you the last word.
Oh. Will you see me on the left or the right?
Oh, playing favourites. That's all right.
There you go. Continue the mind games. All right. Good
All the
luck
best,
on
girls.
Thursday.
All the best.
Yeah, represent well.
Any
Thanks,
words
guys.
of advice, Billy? Just let us know. Feed them into Queensland camp.
No worries. I'll let you know. They're listening at the moment, so we'll just be tight-lipped.
There's a lot of talk about the team from New South Wales this year.
Yep.
No Jessie Southwell, Rachel Pearson. Can you tell us about the combination with her?
Yeah, it's been really nice in camp with Rach. She's a very level-headed halfback. She's got experience in the Blues, and you know, she didn't get to play a lot of NRLW last year with some niggles and whatnot, but you know, she's coming back. She's looking really good in training, and you know, her kicking game is phenomenal. And I love playing with a really calm, level-headed halfback, and it allows me to sort of play to my strengths, which I think is sort of that running game. I know I haven't played a lot of 5'8" in the last couple of years. I'm more a fullback, but have sort of played a bit of a ball-playing fullback role with Coach Strange, and so I've sort of been able to, you know, be able to work with my edges and have that ball-playing role too. But Rach has just been, yeah, a really calm presence for me to do what I can do as well.
Yeah, Corby, you were. People might sort of think it's a bit strange that you're playing 5'8", but you're not a stranger to it. You've played 5'8" in the sky blue jersey before as well. Were you excited by this challenge?
Yeah, really excited. Over probably the last 3 or 4 years, I've really loved the challenge of playing 5'8". It sort of hasn't worked out at NRLW level, but I've been given that opportunity at Origin in the past, which has been amazing. I'm just excited to grow and to lift and take that performance to a new level as well. And yeah, just really like to have the faith of yourself and Kylie and me to be able to do that job.
Roo, you've only got the girls for 7 days. What have you focused on in those 7 days? Because you know, you can't really build a team and get everything on the park. It's just the small things, and like, what's been the most important thing to get right?
The biggest thing that we've focused on, particularly in this camp, but we've also had a 7-week sort of build up to this, which has been good as well, but it's just been connection. That connection within the team, the connection to each other, the connection to the sky blue jersey, and being, you know, that Origin feel, really getting into that mindset of it. So we've been working really, really hard on that, because when things go wrong, as you know, as both of you guys know, when things go wrong in Origin, that connection is one of the biggest things that pulls you up and gets you up and gets you going. So that's been a real focus for us as a group. And like Corbin said earlier, we've sort of had 7 weeks previous to be able to do some football, to get some football into them, because Origin week, it's more just tweaking, getting little things right, and then putting it all together in the one show coming up for Thursday.
Now, the most important thing, Origin's in 4 days, but Mother's Day. Now, you played footy 4 months after having a baby. Now, what's that like? What's that like, putting yourself through that, your body, and getting to fitness and getting yourself prepared to go and play a game like rugby league?
Yeah, it definitely came with its challenges, but I don't know, growing up, I've always loved my sport. Even after having my first son, Carter, I knew I wanted to get straight back into my touch footy and my Oz tag and whatnot. So with with Bodie, it was nothing different really. I had the mindset that I was coming back to play footy. I think it's something that I thrive on, having something to come back to and get back to what I'm really passionate about, and being healthy and getting back on the field. And I'm really lucky. I have great support around me. My husband, Matt, and my parents are there so that I could go and get those runs in, you know, a few months after having little man. So I just had that drive to get back and do what I love and with the people that I love.
Is it more motivating now that you've got a family, and does it help with the balance of being an elite athlete now?
It does. It is really motivating, and you know that balance has always been a bit of a juggle, but it's really great because away from footy, you know, we're people, and I'm a mum, and I love that I have that away from my football. And yeah, you come back from a baby and you almost feel stronger. You know, you've been through a lot, and your body's been through a lot, and you sort of know what limits you can take yourself to. So it's been really positive.
Because rugby league players pride themselves on being able to deal with pain, don't they? What's the sort of giving birth pain on a ratio? Let's call it rugby league.
Are we going there?
Yeah,
Are we going there?
We're going to go there. Like,
This is Joey's segment. You know,
this is out of 10. Like out
Sorry,
of 10, what's the difference in pain between the giving the birth pain and then getting a hit up, bad hit up?
It doesn't compare. You boys have got it easy.
It makes it coming back from a knee injury petty, isn't it? Like,
well, you did that with your shoulder. Like, what's that sort of pain like? You know, there's
nothing compared. Yeah, giving birth is a whole nother level for sure.
Yeah. The trade-off is way better though, isn't it?
Yeah, so worth it. Very worth it.
You had the moment where you actually captained the Roosters to a grand final. What was that like?
Yeah, that was probably the highlight of my career. To get to the grand final. I think it was the first year that we had the expansion in the NRLW, to captain the team, make the grand final, and win it. It was a huge occasion. You know, we didn't even have the greatest of seasons. A few things went our way in the back end, and we just took that opportunity and ran with it. It was my birthday too, so it was the best day of my life.
Oh, wow.
Just watching some footage now on the screen, how important is it for you to be able to not just play your representative football, but to be able to represent your culture in the game that you love and you've given so much to? Yeah,
I love that I have that part of me that I can go and jump into as well. All-Stars Week's always really special. It's a bit more about the week leading into than the game. The game's obviously a huge occasion, but we get so much time where we can dive into our culture and just the differences. Like I don't get things out of Blues camp that I would get out of All-Stars, and it goes both ways. But yeah, there's just something about representing my Māori culture that's really, really special.
Who's the biggest danger for Queensland? Who's the one to watch out for?
I think there's a few. I think Tamika Upton, we all know what damage she can do. Yeah, she's an absolute elite player, and you can't sleep on her. She can just literally tear you to pieces.
And sneaky.
Is there a player, do you think, that could nearly compete in a men's team? Like, who's the strongest and toughest out there?
On both sides or on the Queensland side?
Oh no, anyone in the women's game. Who do you think could last the longest in a men's game?
Ooh, maybe Millie. I feel like she's a workhorse. She could just go at him. She's a big body.
You couldn't hurt her, could you?
Well, she took Sam on up there in that challenge. She looked like Sam's measure. So
yeah.
I think she let him win that one.
She could mix it then.
Now, on top of being a mother, being an NRL captain, playing State of Origin, you also got a company, CK, like a training company. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so I run CK Athletic with my best friend Kiana Takarangi, and we just run programs for young people in our local area, but we also like to get out into Pacific Island communities. We've done a few years over in the Cook Islands, running some clinics for their youth over there, and have big plans to sort of grow that and do some work with the females over there too. So they're one of the countries that don't get much assistance, so that's something we're really passionate about. But yeah, bring it back to our community. We just absolutely love working with the young kids, getting a footy in their hand, working on their speed and agility, and they come before school, after school, and it's just a really positive community that we are absolutely in love with.
Do you have a couple of clones? Are there like 3 or 4 of you running around? you seem to fit a lot in, but
no, Kiana's amazing. She does a lot of work for CK Athletic. So when I have to run off and do footy stuff or be a mum, she's holding the fort down. So she's amazing.
Brad is also involved as well, Kiana's brother, which is really fantastic.
Yeah.
So it's a real family team.
It is, yeah. We get people that that we know and are capable and have experience in rugby league, and it's really cool that they can come on board too.
Well, thanks for coming in to Turn It Up. We apologise. The 8th isn't here. He sends his apologies, but
worries.
there's going to be more Sunday Footy Show after this. This year, NRL on 9 is your one-stop shop for all footy.
That's right, Freddie. Not about the highlights, action, 7 days a week.
Billy and Gus podcast, get that on your drive on the way home. Immortal Behaviour, grab a seat on the couch for that. And of course, my favourite, Freddie in the 8.
The best footy brains, the biggest games.
Don't trust the algorithm, subscribe to NRL on 9 and get all your entertainment there.